I have so much stuff I want to do in snowboarding within the realm and just keep getting better. We'll see where the para sport goes, but I definitely want to branch out. Racing right now is so fun and it's making me a better rider. I'm not going to stop anytime soon, but I've got ideas for the future that might take me a little bit away from racing at some point.
Joining us now, she's a Paralympic medalist earning silver in snowboard cross this past Sunday. The youngest member of the U.S. para snowboard team in Milan Cortina at just 20, she was born with a congenital disability that left her missing most of the muscles in her right leg, including her calf. But now she says she's better at snowboarding than walking. She competes in banked slalom, a technical solo time-based race, and snowboard cross, where 4 athletes race head-to-head. She cross-trains by mountain biking, she plays guitar, and she knows her way around to skateboard, too. She's just out here dancing with gravity. It's Kate Delson. Hi, Kate. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, Sarah. Thanks so much for having me.
Congrats on your first Paralympic medal. Didn't take you long.
Thank you so much.
I saw you posted a video putting your silver medal around your mom's neck. Tell us about that moment.
Yeah. So I knew if I got a medal that it was really, really important to me to put it around the necks of everyone who got me here. And my mom, I'd seen her right away, and then we walked over and we were like, now's the time. I put it on her neck and I gave her a big, big hug and I whispered a silly joke in her ear, and then we started giggling, and that was the moment.
Inside joke or dad joke or other joke?
Inside joke.
Nice. I also saw you popped your first champagne bottle after the win. That's, I guess, a benefit of being in a country that has different drinking laws.
Yeah, no, first champagne bottle I popped. I think I would have been able to pop one in the US. I just wouldn't have been able to drink any of it either way. But okay. I had some great mentors with me to talk me through it and make sure I'm ready for the next one.
Nice. Yeah, next step is sabering. That's the natural transition. You go from just opening it like a normal person to using a giant knife.
There.
Exactly. So for folks who maybe don't know it well or didn't get a chance to watch your race yet, can you explain the snowboard cross event that you medaled at?
Yeah, so I compete in snowboard cross, which is 4 riders down a course at a time. And it starts with a start section that's usually more technical, transition features. So Wu-Tangs, down, gaps, and then we head into turns and rollers, berms, jumps. This course was pretty low on the jumps, unfortunately, but it had some great turns, a nice step down, and good rollers. So it was a race to the finish every time.
And you like the jumps, huh? Because this is the event where, in theory, you're supposed to try to stay on the snow as much as possible because you're faster on the snow than in the air.
Correct. You know what's up. But that's what's fun about it.
Yeah, but you like the jumps.
I love being in the air. And when we do have jumps, when the speed's there, you actually have to do an absorption move, which tries to keep you lower to the snow, but everyone's in the air anyway. So it's fun to be in the air next to people.
Cool. Yeah. Well, take us through the final, because you were neck and neck with Cecile Hernandez, the defending gold medalist, for most of the race. A couple people fall halfway through. Were you trying to figure out, like, do I just need to hang on, or were you pushing for gold? What was your strategy near the end?
I was definitely pushing. This is a course that I felt very comfortable on and comfy pushing. So out of the start, we were pretty close. I rewatched the video and I saw her make a little turn in the start, and I'm like, maybe I could have kept it straight and shoot ahead, but she had a faster start than me, and it was still one of my best starts. I'm very proud of that. And then going into the turns 3 and 4, I was gaining, and then going through this big straight section, we were getting pretty close. And then the second to last turn, I definitely messed up somehow. Like, I think the pass was there. I'm going to go through video at some point just because you can learn something from every race. But just proud of myself for staying close the whole time. And border cross is fun when we have tight racing. And it was a great time. And I love learning from all the different races.
You said you liked the course. You felt comfortable on it. I read a New York Times story about athletes that were disappointed in the course. There were some injuries, so they changed it up. Did you notice a difference between your training and when you competed, or did that all happen after you got out there?
Oh, yeah. So we had our first day of training. Well, first we had course testing, where we just have a few riders test the course to see what's up that are selected based off their gender and classification. And we had one athlete get a pretty bad concussion during that. So then it was on this double roller pack that you needed a lot of speed you needed to double it. If you went in and tried to stay on the ground, you would get bucked too. So it's like you needed to pop really hard or speed check into it. For our first training day, they made it a tiny bit smaller. And I went into that feeling like, okay, this is the course. This is how it's going to be. I got to go full send. And actually on my first run on the course, I had probably one of my gnarliest crashes I've ever had in a border cross. And it spooked me a little bit because I was like, I could have got pretty hurt because other riders, unfortunately, did get really hurt. So there's that. And then because of the other few riders that got really hurt on that feature, they ended up changing it the next day. I was so grateful I was okay. And what they did the next day was they took the double roller pack and they turned it into a jump. So they made it a jump. The only issue with the jump then was if you went full speed into it, you would overshoot it to flat, which is also really dangerous. So you needed to speed check in it, and you never want to speed check in a border cross course. So they are like, okay, the race starts the next day. They couldn't get it right, and it's understandable with the timing we had. They just chopped all the jumps down and they turned it into big rollers, and that made it safe. And honestly, for the girls, it kept us a lot tighter because normally jump sled and stuff separate us out. So it made for really fun racing, and it definitely made the fight to the podium more difficult, and that was pretty fun.
You mentioned that folks get selected pre-training even to test out a course. Do you think of that as a positive because you're like, oh, I'm going to get more looks at this? Or are you like, shoot, I might get injured because they might have created a course that isn't set up right?
I think there's an outlook to both. In this case, unfortunately, for one of the Great Britain athletes, it was, he got injured. I think on other courses or for some of the girls who played it more safe, it is cool to get an extra look at the course. But we had 2 training days, and really the girls that were there to look at the course, like my own teammate Brenna, she was there to look at it from the perspective of not only herself, but of all of us athletes and decide if this course was good for us and give feedback.
I want to talk about how you got your start because you were on skis from a super, super young age, but it wasn't really till you switched to a snowboard that things really clicked. How old were you when you made that switch? And how did it feel when you were like, oh, okay, I got the hang of this snowboarding thing?
Yeah, so I made the switch to snowboarding right before I turned 7. That was at the end of that season from skiing. And then it was probably the next season after that next season that I got the hang of it. I don't remember I have no memory of how long it took me to get the hang of it. I don't think it was that long, but I remember the feeling of when I got the hang of it. It was like, wow, I am moving around this mountain. This is so cool. I am hitting all the different chairlifts that I never hit before.
Yeah. At what point did you start thinking like that it was a realistic dream to imagine competing at the Paralympics?
Yeah. I was training on a team, training in the park, so slope style, just growing my passion and love for snowboarding beyond what I ever thought it would be. And it got the time that I was graduating high school, and I didn't want to go straight to college. That wasn't my thing at the time. And Paralympic snowboarding was kind of always in the back of my mind. So I decided to make the goal. Let's go to the Paralympics. And for some reason, it must have been the people around me supporting me. But I knew I had it the second I made the goal. Not the medal, no idea if I had that, but to make it to a Paralympic game and I wanted it, I was confident for some reason.
That's awesome. You have another competition coming up on Saturday, the banked slalom. Tell us more about that event.
Yeah, so banked slalom is very technical. It's about who can turn their snowboard the best, getting back to the basics. It is one at a time, down a course of berms. It looks like our course is going to have some rollers in it too. And it's based off time. We get 2 tries, best time wins. And that's the bank slalom. I'm pretty excited for it. We're going to have a bit of a bigger field than we did have for border cross.
Do you feel more like, okay, I already got my medal, so I can just go into this and just send it? Or do you feel more like, okay, pressure's on. I've proved I'm a Paralympic medalist, so now I expect just as good, if not better, in the next one?
I just want to ride my best. It has nothing to do, I think, with this medal. I am very happy going into it with this medal on my shoulders, but I want to put down the best I can. I went into the border cross with no expectations, and I think I got to do the same here. And I know that this one's going to be a hard fight for the podium.
Yeah. What has surprised you so far, if anything, about your Paralympic experience?
How touching it's been to be here, surrounded by my friends, my family, the coaches, the staff. I just went to watch the Paralpine Super G today. I have never had so much fun in my life cheering and just feeling so proud for my teammates. It just gives me a taste to how my parents, just a little taste how my parents might feel. And this environment, it has been more fun than I thought it would be, and I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, my producer Alex and I were just out at the Olympics for all 3 weeks out there. We spent part of our time in Cortina, which is super cute. Have you gotten to explore the town much?
Last night, I finally got out into town for the first time. I was pretty focused beforehand, and now that we have a few days off, I think I'm going to go explore the mountain a bit and hopefully the town with my family. So, yeah, if you have any recs,
cool,
let me know.
Well, the rec is that there's like a place open for lunch after 1 p.m. So you just have to get in the line, but it moves pretty fast. It's like right in the middle of town. But yeah, they didn't decide to keep things open for the hundreds of thousands of people coming. They just did their usual Italian thing. Nice little midday siesta. Nobody needs to eat lunch after 1 p.m. except for me and Alex, like every single day. So we went to the same place every day. But no, it's just awesome. It's just awesome to walk around. How's your athlete village there? We didn't get a chance to check that out.
Athlete village, pretty cool. Obviously, I have nothing to compare it to. I like the energy in the village a lot. Just the support from all. I feel like a lot closer to all the snowboard groups. Like, I've known them for a while. They're always so kind. But now that we just see each other for breakfast before the race and dinner sometimes, I've just been feeling like one big snowboard family. And then getting to hang out with my other Team USA teammates on the Alpine and curling team has been really special as well.
Did you decorate your room with stuff from back home?
No, I didn't bring a lot of stuff from back home knowing I would get a lot of stuff. But I'm starting to decorate. Yeah. I put an American flag up after I got silver in my race, and I got the American flag. And then one of my fans, me and Brenna's fans, drew me a little cat painting. So I put that up.
Nice.
So I got some decorations I've collected here. So, yeah.
Are you a cat mom, or was that just a random selection by that fan?
I love cats. I wouldn't say I'm a cat mom yet. I'd say my cats are my brothers because my parents still have them. But big cat person.
Love it. Are you doing any pin trading in the athlete village or when you're around at your events?
Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun pin trading. Not super hardcore about it like some of my teammates, but I love getting them from other athletes and collecting the different countries. Also, pins are currency here. I used pins when I forgot my credential to get back to the start of my race. I used pins to go say hi to a teammate today to get in the finish corral. They get you stuff. They're truly currency here.
Yeah. It's like being in jail. You know, you got to figure out what you can trade to get those things that you need from the outside world.
It's crazy.
We did a lot of pin trading ourselves to get into things or find our way to things that we wanted and needed. Yeah. We've been sent on missions when we were out at the Olympics, finding out things like on the ground that people wanted to know. And one of the things people wanted to know about the Paralympics, I don't know if you'll be able to help us, but if you've been wandering around the athlete village, going into all the different activations and spaces, people wondered if you also had a big bowl of condoms at the Paralympics, and has it run out immediately just like it did at the Olympics?
Yeah, so I've been asked this by all my friends too, because I want a Paralympic branded condom. That would be sick.
Duh.
But I think I saw a box that looked like it would have been in there in the resource center, and it wasn't. But then I was doing doping testing yesterday, and I was busy, but I saw a sign that said free condoms here. I ain't go ask, but I need to go back just because all my friends want the Souvies, you know?
Yeah, you need to get one. The one at the Olympics even had Tina and Milo on the box. And I was like, it feels like they're helping promote safe sex. So you gotta get one of those for
Definitely.
Sure. You know, like I said at the beginning, it didn't take you long to win your first medal. You're only 20 years old. You are 30 plus years younger than Cecile Hernandez, who bested you in your snowboard cross race. So can you see yourself doing 30 more years of racing?
Probably not. Probably not 30 more years of racing. I have so much stuff I want to do in snowboarding within the realm and just keep getting better. we'll see where the para sport goes, but I definitely want to branch out. Racing right now is so fun and it's making me a better rider. I'm not going to stop anytime soon, but I've got ideas for the future that might take me a little bit away from racing at some point.
Do any of them involve a skateboard? Because I know some athletes transition from snowboard to skateboard. Maybe ever do that?
I love skateboarding, but all my ideas do involve the snowboard, just on different types of terrain.
Okay, well, yeah, because we've seen that you've been trying to master a 360. And as it stands right now, Paralympic snowboarding only includes 2 racing disciplines, different from the Olympics, where snowboarding has some racing events, but also a lot of park-based events. And I know you said you started doing some of the slope-style stuff. Would you want to see para snowboarding expand into park-style comps like half pipe or slope-style at some point in the future?
Yeah, of course. It's really funny. When I first was introduced to my club coach, I sent him an email. I was like, this para snowboard stuff is cool. If I train with you guys, can I also ride park? So that's my passion. Our sport is far from having a park event, just para that would be fun for people to watch because everyone right now is focused in racing. We're already short on numbers. But I see definitely half pipe or slope style in the future for sure. But yeah, we'll just see what happens with it.
You talk about the numbers. Do you feel like what it has done for you, and now especially that you're a Paralympic medalist, that you want to help evangelize for more folks to get into para snowboarding?
Yes, definitely. I work as an adaptive snowboard instructor when I can, and I think I can come on too strong sometimes, but when I see a student with promise, I try to get them to compete for sure. Anyone who has the drive and the passion, I would love to help you and tell you the right people to get into this sport because it's so fun and such a beautiful community and we really want to grow it. I would really hate to see people out there who want to start but just don't know how or don't have the right contacts. So, yeah.
Yeah. I love that you're overly aggressive. I remember as a kid, anytime there was an adult who told me I was good at something or who reinforced my belief that I was good at something, it was a massive game changer. I think you're probably giving that gift to people too. So keep it up. I like to hear it. Before I let you go, I want to talk about your teammate, Brenna Huckabee. You mentioned her earlier. She was one of the people that gave you a big old hug after your silver medal win. So what has her support been like and how do you feel about, supporting her in turn at these games?
That hug at the end from Brenna meant so much because for one thing, Brenna has become a really, really good friend of mine. But in that moment, I was kind of like, it's Brenna Huckabee. I went back to almost when I first met her. She's so supportive and truly an amazing snowboarder. I was watching her ride the course, trying to learn from her the night before the race. And I was just mesmerized by some of the movements she was making. It just blows me away. What she does to compensate for having no knee. There's so much to learn from Brenna. And I'm so grateful that who I believe is truly the greatest of all time in this sport is my teammate and friend.
I love that. Well, good luck to you on Saturday. We're excited to watch and congrats on already getting that medal.
Thank you so much, Sarah. Pleasure to talk to you. Awesome.